more on this, we're bringing in NewsNation senior national security contributor and former Air Force Assistant Vice Chief of Staff, Lieutenant General Richard Newton. It is good to see you. Thanks for making the time tonight.
Good evening, Natasha. It's always good to be with you.
And General, we do not have confirmation on where these drones came from. What are your suspicions? What countries are on your mind tonight?
Well, first and foremost, I think the Pentagon made a quick announcement on this, that our men and women in uniform serving in those 3 military bases, by the way, they're very close to each other in terms of miles, at RAF, Royal Air Force Base, Mildenhall, RAF Lakenheath, and RAF Feltwell. They're safe and secure, but really what's perplexing about this is we have these number of drones that apparently flew in or over the airspace, which is restricted airspace over these installations, last Wednesday through Saturday. They don't know the source of these drones. However, they're relatively small, slow speed flying and so forth. So there's now both the United States Air Force authorities as well as the local British authorities are really looking into this. And so it's really unknown, as I mentioned, the source, but they appear to be no threat, but it does heighten the security awareness for those 3 installations.
I also want to get your take on Russia right now. Vladimir Putin now saying an anti-missile base in Poland that is used by U.S. troops is a priority target for neutralization. If Russia decided to target this base, what type of response would you expect?
Well, it doesn't surprise me. This is the newest of the U.S. installations. It's the first U.S. military installation in Poland that has actually become operational. It did so on November 13th, just a couple of days or so ago. But the installation, it's an anti-missile defense installation, Natasha, that was actually planned first under the Obama administration back in 2009. So it just became operational. It doesn't surprise me that with Putin's latest round of saber rattling, that he would say that he's going to target this installation. But again, it's one whereby I believe Putin is really, ratcheting up the rhetoric, and in this case, again, saber rattling. I can absolutely confirm that the base is safe and secure, but nonetheless, it's close to the fight where Russia invaded Ukraine a couple years or so ago. So it does bear close watching.
And just days ago, to that end, Russia used a new hypersonic ballistic missile to attack Ukraine. Do you think the use of this weapon means that the war has entered a new phase? And how easy would it be to make one of these hypersonic missiles nuclear?
Well, I don't believe it's necessarily, gotten into a new phase. And this is a rather jarring undertaking here from Russia, but I don't believe it's game-changing per se. But what this is what is a variant of what we call an intermediate range experimental missile that can range European capitals and so forth. And they don't have very many, if just a few in their inventory at this point. But Putin is trying to make a claim again that he has capabilities, not only to reach Ukraine in this case with this high speed, could be effective missile. This one was a conventional, Natasha, not a nuclear warhead, but it does have nuclear capability. But he's also mentioning to the NATO partners, the European capitals, that he can range their capitals and their locations just as effectively as he can in Ukraine.
Lieutenant General Richard Newton, always appreciate the context and time. Thank you so much.
Good night, Natasha Beswell.
Thank you. Thanks for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your screen. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.